Good evening, SpeedGaming 2 fans, and welcome to race number 3 of this best of 5 series, that is, for the best of the rest semifinals, Ravioli and Malkier. We've had some interesting times here. And let's see what race number 3 brings. Hey, I'm Adirondack Rick, being joined by Fury SK. How you doing?
Hell, that depends on when exactly this game 3 wraps up. Are we going to wrap it up in an hour and go to game 4? Or are we going to suffer for 2 hours and kind of go mad in the booth? Who knows?
One thing is for known, Ravioli is going to be playing a little more knowledgeable than what we saw in race number 2. If you saw the post-race interview, you found Ravioli didn't necessarily know the meaning of the hint, and you've got to assume that after that discussion that wound up happening post-race, that Ravioli has a better understanding for what the hints in this game mean.
To be fair, even those that know the hints have sometimes disregarded them or misremembered them. I've seen many a time where a runner, specifically on 9 quadrant hints, even before they were bugged, I've seen people misread southwest for southeast, northwest
Right,
for
but
northeast.
at least now that Ravioli knows that if it says Dodongo, that Ravioli knows it's going to be the item in level 2 as opposed to looking for a Dodongo that has that item.
Correct. I think that mistake's not going to be made again, but there's always a chance that the other side could misread something should we find a book. So we'll see if that happens. Unfortunately, it does look like we are starting with a recorder, so that changes things a little bit for dungeon diving.
Yeah, you're going to be more prone to seeing runners choose to do the get in, get out methodology. As we do see Ravioli trying for that first bomb, does not get it. As we also check the initial Armos over here, and we don't get that either.
Yep, unsurprising to see their routing.
Checking the recorder spot over here, the lake. And we get a early candle underneath the recorder lake here at 2Q3.
Yep, we'll see how long it takes Malkier to find either that Take Anyone or a candle in general from some other location.
Now, bear with us. I do realize I think it's happening on the stream as well. We're a little out of sync.
And while those are getting sorted out, I do think that most runners at this stage in the tournament don't wait too terribly long to make their way towards Armos statues. Those free items are very helpful, as it does appear that 2 of the Take Any ones were underneath the recorder spots that we started with. So I guess it's something they should be thankful for that we started with this recorder. Maybe the other ones are way off in Western Hyrule, could be even up in Death Mountain where you might need bombs to find them. So we'll see if the lack of Take Anyone heart containers for either runner end up making it so they can't pick up the magical sword at some point.
All right, so what do you think we're going to, as unfortunately Ravioli couldn't get off the screen, got hit by a red Lionel. What do you think is going to be our dungeon quest?
I'm hoping one of them ends up towards the shapes variant, just because that makes things a little bit more interesting. We saw some interesting shapes in Game 2, for example.
Yeah, we've definitely had some fun with shapes throughout this entire tournament. It's been real fun getting to glance at some of the highlights of this tournament for what we'll be putting on our screens just before the finals. As we continue taking a look at our Armos, the Lost Hills Armos is not the answer.
Off west we go.
We do get level 2. Level 2 starting off in what could be the 2QA format. Level 7 found for Malkier, and this is definitely not 1Q7.
It is the banana on the left, and it is the Spiral of Doom on the right.
So we got 1Q, 2Q.
At least that's what I'm reading. Definitely on the right side. I'm almost positive of that one. Could be a little bit of a prank on the left, I suppose, but I'm leaning first quest.
Yeah, based on everything I'm seeing so far, it is screaming that setup that you are mentioning. As Malkier finds one of our transport staircases of what is 2Q7, a bunch of those to be found over the course of this level 7. We have a hungry Dodongo that Malkier cannot feed. And the room that Malkier has seen, now the other side of it.
Yeah, we'll see how long we stay in here. That is an unfortunate time to find that specific mugger in Second Quest 7. There's going to be a second one.
Oh, ravioli. Taking a sword beam to the face from a Staphos. Back to start we go. And now Malkier going to be joining along inside this level 2, which was flute blocked, by the way. And we're probably going to be going dark in just a moment here, as we try to repair our issues with our stream. We'll do our best to let you know what we may find.
Yeah, the easiest way is if they just simply have something showing in their inventory when we come back.
Why would we want to do that?
You know, I mean, you know, it's either it could be unnice or it could be really nice.
Well, we'll do our best. Try to find out what we have. As we wait for things to unfreeze over here. I obviously don't see anything different in their inventories as of yet.
Yeah, definitely a bunch of red dark nuts, though. Not going to know what those rolled yet, but at least it's not the blue ones, as it does look like we're back now.
There we go. Thank you for bearing with us. Trying to figure out the issues, and we're definitely a lot better on the audio now that we were just a moment ago. Another key for Malkier. Tracker notes a bow in this too.
That is definitely an interesting
There it is right there.
Correct, yeah.
And there's a Triforce right there. Just gotta walk through the sea of blue dark nuts. Ravioli, the first one for a Triforce. Malkier on the wrong side of this too, to where that bow turned out to be. Now this is the room right here that killed Ravioli before we had our freezing issue. So we'll see if we end up getting anything in here, although Malkier's on the wrong side of these Staphos beams. This is a really terrible... Yeah, this is a really terrible room without the ladder.
It's one of those where you have to almost stay on the bottom, like right next to the door on those two tiles, specifically the left one. You only can get them to fire down as we find yet another recorder block dungeon.
Yeah, the question is where is this recorder going to be? Of course, we know it's not going to be in levels 1 or 2.
In before it's the Armos item.
It probably is at this point.
Might hear somebody laughing in the background, or we might just have to wait until the match coming on in about 50 minutes.
I don't know what you're getting at.
It's okay. Level 1, 3 items. We'll see if any of those end up important, as they can't be the recorder, but they could still be something useful.
Are you just saying that somebody over there on that broadcast loves recorders? So, White Sword in 1.
Yeah, White Sword in 1's definitely a good start. I don't think Malkier will be too far behind to that, so it could be all the way. Hey, item number 2, even better.
Item number 2 is a required item.
Yeah, this game 3 is getting to be a little bit more beneficial to Ravioli than Malkier, especially with the leaving behind of level 2 for the current time. That might give Ravioli some time to kind of expedite their digging, especially with the boat silvers.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that at this point, under our assumption, Malkier does not have the bow. Heart Container, the third item inside of 1. And I'll tell you what, that bow was the big item back in game number 2 between these two. So all we'll have to see whether or not that turns out to be the case again here. As Malkier makes his way over, trying to find... We'll get to the heart container now. Yeah, I'm just double-checking at this point to see that Malkier does not have any items marked down for level 2, so... Because I know that probably could have been a question of whether or not he did get to see it during that pause. By the way, fires rolled up. They're not 4 HP or less.
Yep, barring a magical sword and wand double hit, we won't be farming them for bombs this seed.
There's the Triforce for level 1. And there's the silvers for Malkier.
Yep, so again, small advantage for Ravioli early. I don't think Malkier will miss the bow long term, but it might be a little while before Malkier works his way back there.
Yeah, definitely. And that's going to become a question, is how long does it take for Malkier to get over there to get that bow? Because I don't think we saw either item inside of that level at all. Malkier finding out where the Triforce is in this one. The forgotten spot turns out to be just more taking away your rupees.
Malkier gonna have to farm a bomb pack though in order to get in there, or find a bomb in one of these rooms. I believe it was this room that dropped one, I think.
Yeah, there it is.
And you know, with White Sword in hand, that might be all it takes to send Malkier back to level 2. We might see that.
I agree. All right, so our Armos item is going to be at Death Armos, which is what Ravioli is going to check right now.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in if you've spent more than 10 minutes in a seed and haven't seen your Armos item, that you've wasted some time. I mean, level 1 and level 2 in this case make it a little different, but overall, you got to get there early. You don't want to leave a free item on the table for too long.
Yes, but because sometimes that free item is the heart container and you're not feeling too terrible about it, but it's still item knowledge. Here goes Malkier back into level 2. It is the heart container here. But, you know, if it turns out to be a red ring and you've been dying a lot, if it turns out to be a combative upgrade, like a wand or a white sword, you feel bad about it.
Yeah, it's always going to be weighing on Malkier's mind until he gets over there, however long that ends up being. 'Cause I'm sure it's going to take him at least another 3, maybe 4 minutes, just based on level 2.
So this room right here is the blue dark nuts. If he goes 2 up, that is where the bow is.
I feel like he's been close to it. I think he got to this room and didn't make it up.
Ooh, we got a wrap somewhere, and that must have been the other item in 2.
You are correct. A quick confirmation from Ravioli's end is Raft wasn't too based on his tracker, so we are free to mark that there.
And Malkier grabbing the Triforce. Done with level 2 for now. Bow in hand, so it's not that big of a deal. Only just a matter of minutes. We do see one of our hint shops over here, which we will be purchasing when we do find the book. We have not found the book yet. Malkier trying to be a little careful. Needs to get over here to try to find out what the freebie item is. Also nice that blue Lionels go down in 4 HP. They go down to a silver arrow.
It's one of the rare seeds where you would have been okay with the Pole's voice being part of the dungeon setup, and instead they're on the overworld. Given that we have...
because you got the early bow, you got the early silver arrows, and the game says, yeah, I'm going to put them outside the dungeons just to spite you. Malkier gambling up and getting plus 39. And heart containers are white sword item.
So that would be ladder, Armos, and white sword for health.
Hooray! Malkier needing to be a little careful here. Does get the heart, so now he can bop twice. Okay, they also go down in 1 white sword hit. That also helps. That's the last thing you want to do, is not see your Armos item and have to walk back.
In the end, the only difference in hearts is going to be the recorder block spot closer to the coast ladder spots once Malkier finds the white sword heart. I think either runner's really concerned about trying to find magical sword and get a whole bunch of hearts for it at this point, given the early white sword. Would be more interested in probably finding the large secret, seeing if it's going to make it worthwhile to invest in a ring or maybe even find the red ring.
See the bay for 57, although with a 1Q, 2Q setup, maybe you hold off for just a little bit until you see whether or not the cinnamon roll of doom causes you to need it.
Yeah, fairly often spawns on the left to right pathing, and if it spawns on the left side of level 8 that goes north and south, you got 2 ways that you can potentially go there.
Level 4 located over at the bomb spot, the potion shop southeast of level 6. I don't know if that was a beneficial clock here for Malkier. I guess we'll see. Hopefully Malkier goes back and checks to see if there was another wall master. Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. Yep, there was 2 more enemies in here. And for no gain, there's our ring shop, 250 vanilla, 38 for the bombs. Also, I think, I was going to say, I think you might want to clear this just in case this is a staircase room. It's not, but the last thing you want to do is clear every single room and be like, oh, it's the one I didn't check.
Yeah, this dungeon without a ladder is always a concern for me, especially if you start in the south of level 4. It's so linear.
Yeah.
I believe there's usually a north side moat room, which might be this room, in fact. Nope, this is Pointless
it's
North.
not, but it's still rude.
But you also have that Chevy and the tea room, and you have to take a bop in here to either the candle or one of the traps, so that's why Malkier's basically just a sliver away from heading back to start.
Yeah, you can see Malkier trying to be a little careful through here. Gets a heart container, gets the life back up. That's our floor item inside of 4.
Honestly, could just skip this room for now. If it's the Triforce, you might find the compass on the way back.
Yeah. That was exactly what I was thinking, because here we see the Triforce on the floor. And the other thing is those Beamo statues are not very kind to you at all.
Yep, Red Gray appear to have rolled their way up as well, so something that doesn't go down to silvers or the 2 hits the white sword. And this is not the staircase we're looking for either. We'll see if it's south or north, and if it's moat blocked.
This is the tea room right here.
And perhaps just a little bit disoriented as to where he is, as that's not a place you can go.
Yeah, the tea room actually turned out to be in its vanilla home.
Here's another opportunity for a staircase item.
Nah, this won't be. Nothing but the manhandler room from 1Q4 right there. Ravioli just around the corner. There's our Chevy room. And it looks like that's... Oh, wait, 6? That's 6. Okay. Cute game.
Down to just one spot that Malkier can get to currently. No, actually 0 left. Well, no, can actually go towards the vanilla item location. I believe could not bomb right, and Chevy blocked from the complete right side of this dungeon.
Yeah, he's locked out of those 3 rooms.
Spend some arrows here and try and perhaps work his way to the room below this. As we're going to see, I'm okay with the spawn of where our runners are going to be in level 6 to start. It is that one-off room, but unfortunately it looks like we're pretty blocked up already in here and have to leave and look elsewhere.
Alright, one final room, one final chance here for Malkier. Do we have to come back later with the ladder? Or at least leave here with the knowledge that the ladder's not here? Although there's one room that, notes here. I was going to say there's one room that Malkier did not explore. There's the recorder that we started with.
Yep, well, that's knowledge. We're done here. That's the knowledge we're looking for.
And that right there is the logic of how you were supposed to get into levels 2 and 1.
So Malkier has a momentary Triforce lead, however has quite a bit of exploration to make up to match Ravioli, so we'll see if they end up pretty much move for move again.
Did Malkier see level 6? Because I don't know if Malkier went up that way, because I don't think I saw that. This is the room that Malkier skipped earlier. And it looks like Malkier is now going to head up here and find level 6 at level 6. Here we go.
I thought Malkier went over towards the grave at one point, but may have only pushed the grave stones themselves and wanted to go check the recorder and then realized, wait a minute, I've even forgotten this spot.
Yeah, so for those of you with the speedrun knowledge, this room right there that Malkier's and Ravioli start is Magical Breakfast 2. That's one too far down to be in the top 2 rows of level 6, and there's the ladder block, so yeah, and I think we saw Ravioli try to bomb into this room to the left here, so yeah, this is a ladder block to level 6.
Probably for the best means this isn't the answer. Well, it's for the best until level 7 or 8's the answer. But it's not going to be level 9.
Yeah, which tells us that we are going to be searching for absolutely nothing inside of level 9. It's 2Q9, so darn. This was the Any Road. And now we're going to search the northeast corner.
I think this
114.
I think this key door is actually going to save Ravioli a little bit of time in 4. Did not have quite as many keys. Nope, still finds the way around. I thought for a second the key door might push Ravioli back to checking the vanilla items spot.
Level 5 found for Malkier. It is located at the Letter Cave in First Quest. With whiz robes, hi. And they take 3 stabs. I noticed the Malkier is going very gung-ho on the silver ammunition, which I do get. It is an extended weapon. It is a ranged attack. But at some point in time, you do want to be a little careful of overspending.
If nothing else, I'd look at it as if, we gambled in 139 rupees, so we essentially gained money on the seed, and the large secret's not bad either. So I think it's probably fine, unless we find ourselves really getting beat around and want a ring. And unfortunately, we can't get down anyway other than the key door in this level 5, so that's it's going to put a strain on another resource we have.
Ravioli in the room where the recorder is. And this room is spicy. And this will be one of our staircases, probably our transport staircase. It is not. It's the item. It's the Any key.
And Triforce getting 4 with full item knowledge there, so shouldn't be too terribly long until Ravioli starts heading for another dungeon. Probably won't be directly to 5, though.
Yeah, Ravioli is giving that impression like we're going to be starting to explore some of the Death Mountain region. Malkier's in a really tough room right here, and I've got a feeling, yeah, I was going to say, one way or another, we probably are going to have a trip back to Stardust. We do find level 3 located up here on Death Mountain for Ravioli.
So this is some potential divergence. We know part of the equation in level 5, and it's not the ladder. If this foray into Death Mountain leads to a ladder quicker, that could start to speed Ravioli up and give them a shot to really pull ahead in this game 3.
Yeah, and that's something that Ravioli definitely needs, down 2-0 in this best of 5. You definitely want to make sure that you don't make yourself... You don't make it so that this is going to be your finale, as we do see the staircase inside of level 3. Good combat here for Ravioli to pick up the heart container.
So now just looking for a floor drop item in both level 5 and level 3, for our sake.
Malkier can't get there from here. So we're going to try. This here almost has to bomb. It's not guaranteed, although Malkier's going to be like, I'm not dealing with you, Lammola. I'm grabbing the Triforce.
We'll make a return visit, though. That's the question. No,
It looks
yet.
like the answer here is no. I've got myself a dungeon that I don't want to be in much longer, so arrivederci.
As far as the booth knowledge, though, we are pretty much down to the last 2, are we not? 8 and 9?
Yes, indeed. 8 and 9.
Malkier has that 7 knowledge. Both have 6 knowledge. One has 3, the other has 5.
So take me through your thoughts of a seed like this. At what time measure would you like to have knowledge of where all your levels are, if possible?
Well, we found level 8 in the meantime, but, you know, it's... With Flute in hand, you're honestly trying to figure out whether or not you need the extra item as fast as possible, so I would be Triforce going every single dungeon possible given our setup right now, even though we know that we need the ladder. You might find it on the way, so my goal would be to try and get full 1 through 8 knowledge as quickly as possible.
There's our bait block.
Unlikely with staircases in 8 and it being where it is that it's actually going to block us, but never say never.
Right, it's not impossible, but less likely.
I would feel pretty rough if I'm still without full overworld clear in this seed at about the 50-55 minute mark, though. I would want that knocked out.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Bomb force there by Ravioli on the Moldworm. Good job. Gets another 2 bombs right here. And I think we're down to the right wing of this level 3. Another staircase from Malkier, and it's going to try to bomb down this Manhandla. 1 bomb remaining, so not thinking about wanting to bomb it right now.
Yep, good enough job with the silvers. Now I've got to start taking staircases, though.
Okay, left wing as opposed to the right wing. Heart container, first item in 8.
That room can spawn in the left corner, I believe. So
yes, it can. Yes, it can. Oh, dear.
I mean, we have White Sword and 9 hearts, so you can take 4 bops from these guys, and if you're really worried about taking damage, you actually have a very easy block clip once you get into the room.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even going to be necessary, though. I think Ravioli's got without it.
Yeah. It looks daunting, but this is where you have to have confidence in your abilities.
Yep, just working around the center block, and it's just a pack of bombs, so it looks like we may have missed the room with the drop. Top right? Yeah.
Very top right.
And the key door there is what prohibited us from going that direction early.
And yep, this room right here, this is a drop.
I believe it usually has a key and is in kind of the middle of the dungeon in vanilla no update runs.
Alright. Second item of this level 3 is the book.
Well, we're going to get a really quick bit of information as to whether or not Ravioli's got solved. Based on the sword stabbing, I'm going to go ahead and guess yes.
Alright, a ladder is an 8.
So that's the big turning point so far in this one, is level 8's the answer for the ladder blocks.
And Ravioli, already knowing about the white sword item, gets confirmation about that right there.
I suspect Malkier will be happy to find a Triforce at this point. We are also on the other side of the bait block, so that is not required.
The only thing we could be really wanting at this point in time, as far as required items are, is if level 9 is behind a power bracelet. Nice random bomb drop right there for Ravioli. And Malkier, unfortunately, facing the wrong way against the gorillas, and back to star we go.
And not a very clear path as to where you can go easily that diverts you away from rooms you've seen, so another large secret is in Western DM. That helps. To answer the question, chat, we have seen level 7. It was fairly early on, I believe. It's actually...
It's in the forest.
Yeah, it was extremely early on. It's very close to where they started, so I don't think Ravioli will find it without an up A for a little while. Only dungeon outstanding is 9. We have a hint shop. I think where it's located, you go for it.
Old news.
Ravioli needs that hint for the ladder.
Silver arrow behind the play of melody. Old news. And more old news right here.
Yeah, so 0 for 3, but you had to buy them.
Malkier, seeing that there were some rooms on the other side of this ladder block earlier, is going to head over the other side. Needs to be a little careful with the health. That was a little too close for comfort. And that was way too close for comfort.
Yeah, Malkier's not going to be happy with that walking into a Agria. It's one thing to get sniped by a boomerang, but definitely is just rushing a little bit.
Yeah, you got to keep your feelings in check. And I know this based on what we've seen with Malkier's race earlier when I had to face off against him back in the Swiss stage of this tournament, and his nerves can get in the way, especially as the seed progresses, although 38 minutes is kind of early-ish, especially considering the fact that you found the ladder as the floor drop inside of 2Q8.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's necessarily nervous, but he's definitely making what I would consider
9.
a sloppy play. There is level 9, as you noted, so we don't have a power bracelet blocking the way.
Yep, level 9 located over at the open cave near 1Q9, up on Death Mountain. So if Ravioli can get some money together, and we're going to gamble it here. There we go. We're going to try to make our way over to that other hint shop that we saw southeast of Vanilla 4.
Yep, might try to gamble again. We just save. Yeah, save it, gamble again, try and get another 39, then if you don't, retry.
Malkier is under what he needs for the bomb upgrade, although I will point out that Malkier was at the position he needed to buy that bomb upgrade going in.
Meanwhile,
that just shows how many arrows he's shot this level 8.
Yep. Gambled for another 39.
Yeah, Ravioli at 100 is going to go into this any road, take the raft down, head over, and if you are cheering on Ravioli, you really want to see, as Malkier finds out where the Triforce is inside this level 8, you are really hoping that there is a hint that says that the ladder is inside this 8.
Well, we're going to continue getting old news, which is part of the downside of halfway through the seed hints.
Power bracelet in 7. That is new news, but we now know that we don't need the power bracelet. Ravioli doesn't know this because it hasn't seen 5 or 8 or 7. But knows that the level 7 can't be over the power bracelet at this point.
Ladder blocked red ring, I think I would be considering that as a runner to be at 6.
Yeah.
At least that would be my initial guess. We have the Mags hint as well, if we need it. Lost Hills.
Lost Hills, Magical Sword, and I don't think we have seen it, so very likely it's a feat of strength.
That was my first thought when I saw that hint. Well, I think Malkier is up there and past that point, so I think we definitely are only looking at that power bracelet spot.
Yeah, because where level 8 turned out to be, it's located over at the bottom of the waterfall.
Another take any one heart. Honestly, at this point, might start considering potion get instead. I don't think Ravioli knows that Magical Sword is power bracelet blocked. If they did know that, I think that probably was a potion instead. And you gotta walk up from here and check the raft spot.
Yeah, but Ravioli will then head to the northeast corner. Please don't die. There's the Triforce from Malkier. Is this also the item? It is. There's the other heart containers, so Malkier is done.
Yep, and Malkier also does not yet know that the power bracelet is not required, given that he has not seen level 5. Or not level 5, excuse me, misspeaking, 3. One runner is looking for 5, the other 3 still.
And I think Malkier is going to head into that direction and over towards Death Mountain eventually, where he will find levels 3 and 9. There's 7 for Ravioli.
So this is going to be an interesting point of order. We don't know where level 5 is on his side yet, nor 8. Malkier heading back to start.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Malkier just spent a little too long trying to get into the letter or that ladder cave at 2Q8 and took a sword beam, and back to start we go.
At one point was at full health from the dungeon refill as well, so that was a lot of hits taken in short order.
And they really do add up, even when you have 9 hearts. Bear with me for just a moment, Fury. I gotta go take care of something else.
Very well. In the meantime, Ravioli's still in this level 7. I think this is probably going to be the breaking point still of this seed. Will Ravioli find the Triforce first, and will they leave once they do, or will they continue digging the power bracelet? I personally would think that with the flute, you can come straight back here if you find you need it, so I would wait. Here's the Triforce. We're going to get the answer right now. Thinking a long time here, going to move on, so this is where we're going to lose some time potentially. And immediately going to hit the death room, essentially. Now you're back in level 6 where we were ladder blocked. Is this the point where we go left and say forget all of what we were thinking here? Nope, going to go right.
And this is the tough part here, because we know what the answer is. Unfortunately, Ravioli doesn't. And yes, you know the power bracelet is here, but you haven't seen all of your dungeons. So you might be thinking, I might need this at this point.
Yeah, I think for me, honestly, it even devalues the dungeon to know the power bracelet is here, because that's not the guaranteed item that you need. It's the ladder that you need. And with Recorder in hand, it's simply a flute away from getting back here as well. So the odds for level 7 being the ultimate play that you need to make have dropped. I don't think that Malkier will be in level 7 digging items by the time they come back, so that's the other downside of this dig.
Yeah. Because Malkier, as long as Malkier finds levels 3 and 9.
Heart. Run. And
As long as Malkier finds levels 3 and 9, he knows he won't need that power bracelet.
Yeah. So it's in the end, I think Ravioli gets bailed out a little bit here, just because of the location of the floor drop being in the center. Now knows the ladder isn't here, isn't worried about the power bracelet yet. Although, 12 hearts, if they had ran into it, probably pick it up still.
And still just needs to find levels 5 and 8 at this point in time. And
couple of points of order still. Level 5 does have 3 old men, and in first quest, there are some chances for hints there.
it's going to be 2 because of the bomb upgrade, right?
It's correct. One of them, because of the dungeon setup, will always be the bomb upgrade, so that won't help too much, but the other 2 could.
Malkier taking a death over here in this level 6. Going to go back to start as Ravioli continues to search over. Looks like we're going to head to the coast first before we head back up towards the northeast corner where level 5 is. And And Ravioli's just going to get a little more spice in his life.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is Ravioli's combat has been cleaner for the most part than Malkier's.
Yeah.
It is a spot where Ravioli is making up some time.
And I made this comment here, and I think I don't remember where exactly I said this comment, but the runners that are here in the best of the rest, they have come a long way since the start of the tournament.
Yep, this was this branch of the tournament is really just to get a little bit more of that tournament experience and feel, and runners are not only taking advantage of that, but improving to the point where these races are just as close, if not closer at times, than some of the upper bracket semis and finals races have been.
Ravioli getting a little more spice before we get over towards level 5. The any key will be beneficial. Did we ever see that second item at this level 5, or did Malkier just decide, nope, I'm done?
Just noped out.
And by the way, big thank you to JXB Adam for clicking the buttons and making the icons appear here on this stream. Big thank you to all the trackers, as well as the commentators who've been joining us for these races. It's been a pleasure getting to see these races. There's our red ring.
Yeah, felt like that was a very likely home for it, although Malkier had no idea.
You've got to talk about that. You got to talk to that Staphos about the munching of the jewelry. So Malkier here, as you mentioned, Ravioli has had the better combat in places here in this seed, and now Malkier has the red ring, so deaths are going to be probably less apparent here for Malkier. Now, we do see Malkier still digging things out. We have not seen, in his eyes, levels 3 and 9, so Malkier doesn't know that the power bracelet's in 7.
Yep, level 6 instead having the commonplace level 7 item, and it was only one room away from the Triforce, and the dig for information did not cost Malkier much at all.
Yeah, being right next door was no big problem at all. Ravioli! Oh, wow.
Safe for now. Resetting the room is definitely the play.
Yep. This will be the any key for Ravioli, down to 2 keys, so this will be a very welcomed find. And Malkier is fluting away from the Death Mountain for now.
To play back to 7.
So this could give Ravioli some more wiggle room. And we'll see how this remaining room goes for Ravioli. 1 blue whiz robe, no bombs.
Shouldn't be too bad. You could definitely get him trapped in the center point if you... there, it's going to be right here. You can stab. Nope, didn't do it. Interesting.
I think Ravioli has just decided, nope, I'm just not going to. We're just going to go on to this next room here.
Takes the key.
Ravioli picking up a key after picking up the any key.
And now you just go into this room. Well, I would go to the room and stand in the boat, but they're not even remotely coming towards Ravioli at the moment. Up's just a key. Probably collect that for fun. Nope. Never mind.
Nope. This is where you grab the Triforce, get out of here. Thank you. Bye.
Now, there was a bomb upgrade that wasn't that far off the path at some point. I wonder if we'll maybe explore a little bit more in here real quick and find that, or maybe we won't.
Back in we go, maybe.
Yeah, to the left is the shoot room, so I know that's not it. Maybe it's this key door here. Negative. That's a ladder block. Okay, I was almost positive we saw this bomb right here, though. Maybe it's an 8? I'll get yelled at by the tracker at some point.
We did see the bomb upgrade inside of level 8 from Malkier.
Yeah, so then we're just leaving soon. Here's the power bracelet.
And there is the power bracelet. So for Malkier, that essentially means he's in Triforce and Go mode now.
Yep, nowhere near the Triforce currently, though.
Yep. Well, Triforce and Go obviously does not mean that the Triforces will appear in your lap the minute you walk into a dungeon. You wish that sometimes, but the game says no.
Yeah, I want to say there was a little bit of a staircase route that you could take that would help you. But it might be a walkable path. It's uncommon in 7, but not impossible.
Yeah, I want to say the Ravioli took a staircase to get over to that center of the cinnamon roll.
Yeah, Ravioli heading towards level 8. It is, I believe, at the waterfall cave.
It is the bottom of the waterfall.
Well, the bottom of the waterfall, so the exact waterfall cave. We'll see if we can get to the bomb upgrade in there without requiring bombs, or if we find a bomb back on the way.
Yeah, that one's a tough one because I'm not 100% certain, but when Ravioli finds this, Ravioli knows that that power bracelet will not be needed.
Yep, this removes going back to 7.
As Ravioli stares at the Archer's head, sure.
Yeah, Malkier found the staircase after finding the compass, so this will be a quick one.
Answering your question from Chad, the white sword was located in level 1, as you just see Adam put that onto our tracker. Big thank you for that. There's Malkier grabbing the Triforce inside of level 7, and we'll see how Ravioli's level 8 plays out. That Triforce was on the far right column.
Potential bomb drop coming up.
Gets it. And that was one thing I did notice about this level 8 is that it did have quite a lot of bomb droppers between the Gibdos and the Red Gorillas.
Yeah, the question is, how does Ravioli get up to the top of this level 8, which I believe is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it was on the very, very top row.
We know it's not past the bait block, necessarily. Definitely not the requirement.
Yeah, there was definitely a workaround that Malkier was able to do to get around it, as we do see a manhandler that Ravioli is trying to dodge right now.
Yep, this will be heart number 13, if you can kill it and get in here. I do remember this staircase.
Malkier's still on the wrong side of town to get into levels 3 and 9. Level 3 is located just north of the Grave Armo statue. And level 9 is the open cave west of 1Q9.
Yeah, we did have a discussion point earlier about Ravioli's lead on the overworld. That still remains a big issue for Malkier, as they're now uncovering checks that we know won't be any use. and does not know that the power bracelet is useless, so also gets to make some of those checks. Well, useless outside of a magical sword that is at 20%, and perhaps not the most important thing with white sword in hand.
And getting to take a look and see where Malkier is going to be heading. Well, we still have some Canter Road checks to check here from Malkier, which includes that other hint shop, if I do remember correctly, although Malkier, without that book in 3, is just as useless as can be. And I think this is what you were getting at earlier with the, you want to kind of have your overworld planned out by this stage in a run.
Yeah, don't blame Malkier for the overall not being done necessarily. I think I probably routed in before level 7 return visit. But outside of that, we did get a lot of early and easy dungeons to dig, so I definitely can understand from that perspective.
Right, and part of that was the reason why these runners did not get to the Armos item as fast as they possibly can, because it was over at Death Armos and they found levels 1 and 2. And of course, those two turned out to be fruitful trips for both runners, as we do see Malkier picking up the potion as opposed to the heart container here. A little bit of protection, especially considering the fact that we do have a 2Q9. And the last thing that you want to have is a runner unable to kill Ganon because he doesn't have control of the sword. So I believe if Ravioli heads over towards the right here, we will get ourselves to where the ladder is. Maybe this room right here. Yep.
Yep, so that is go mode for both runners now achieved. Ravioli has all the locations on the overworld known.
And Malkier taking a lot of time trying to get over towards the river cave, and I don't know if we even did anything over in the Deadwoods either. So we're going to be taking quite a while before we find Death Mountain here for Malkier.
Yeah, this all comes down to how long does it take Ravioli to get to the Triforce room in this 8. If we're in there in the next 2-ish minutes, then this is going to be a really close race into 9. If it's a full clear of 8, then I think Malkier still gets there with a little bit of extra time.
Yeah, and again, the Triforce for level 8 is located on the far right column. So it's not an easy one to get to, especially considering all the twists and turns that level 8 sends you on with all of the staircases. I know the compass was not too deep or not too far away from where the Triforce turned out to be. But I don't remember where exactly it was. Not there. Here's the bomb upgrade. And Ravioli doesn't have enough for it.
A little bit strange on this decision to go back to the start. We did have the staircase we just skipped.
Oh, we just got the ladder not too long ago, so maybe we're trying to check these other rooms here. Close to start that we couldn't get to without the ladder.
Now this will be a fun room. We'll see if we can get through it.
Yeah, this is a room that I know Malkier ended up dying at least once into. Fairy's gonna help Ravioli. Of course, Lugaria's being in the health drop group does help out. Malkier going back to start.
And this room doesn't push to the end, so yeah, we've gone away from the staircase we needed to be at, I think. Raft spot
check
check.
the... I was going to say, we were just going to check the coast raft here. We know it's not going to be anything. I think we're probably over like 300 to 400 arrows between the two runners fired in this seed.
Yeah, heading back to the staircase now in 8, and I think this is the only way to get over to that area. And I'm not surprised, again, given how easy some of the rupees are to access in this, with large secrets being what they are.
Yeah. It's a lot of arrows.
Yeah, neither runner had to buy wooden arrows, neither runner had to buy bait. The only thing that's really happened is they've pushed themselves, for the most part, out of bomb upgrade territory, which could be important later.
Yeah, but it's going to be 2Q9 coming up here, and 2Q9 doesn't have a whole lot of bomb walls. There's our magical sword. It's not obtainable at 10. There's our compass. Okay. So, Malkier, I think at this point, now knows that the answer's up here on Death Mountain. And it's going to be probably not feeling quite good when he finds level 3, where he finds it. Actually, I think this race might depend on which direction Malkier goes after doing level 3.
I would be surprised if it's not a clear of West DM.
Yeah, if he goes West DM, then that's a lot of time he's getting to Ravioli.
And that is not the best place to end up. Ravioli's back towards start again, unfortunately.
Yeah, and this is buying Malkier some time. And it does make me wonder. There's the Triforce for Malkier. Okay.
Yeah, this is just a straight shot to 9 now, wherever 9 ends up being for him, so we won't see a return into this dungeon.
Yep. Which means he won't get the book, but it's 2Q9, so that one hint may not impact him all that much. And he is going to go left side. So this will give Ravioli a little time, but still needs to get the Triforce out of 6.
Yeah, it's going to be an advantage in a 9 for Malkier. The question really becomes, will Ravioli go north in 6, or will Ravioli go south in 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just go. Don't worry about stairs at this point.
Yep, see if you have a direct path there. If you don't have a direct path, then you can take the stairs, but let the seed tell you if you need to take those stairs. Because this seed is saying, don't take those stairs.
Yeah, just gotta keep on motoring.
Until now, you have to take those stairs. And for all you know, this stair right here could take you where you need to go. Case in point. If you can go down from here. And that is the case. And there's the Triforce for Ravioli.
Yep, skip the staircase that was in the super room, but it's not going to mean anything at all.
Yeah, he's just going to be missing out on that heart container, which now Malkier's getting ready to head over to level 9. So if we can switch the audio over to Malkier, we are getting ready to head into level 9. We're just a little ways away because the way Malkier is going to be routing this is going to be the last location, I believe, because he'll check the arrow first. And then he'll go west to the open cave. Ravioli tooting over, needs to go flute over to level 4, which will be just around the corner from that level 6. Nope, Malkier is going to head over here first. Oh, no, never mind. Now we are. There we go. Malkier with a chance to clinch the series. A trip into the championship and the best of the rest on the line for Malkier if he can close things out. Ravioli hoping to extend the series.
Yep,
and we all know what we're looking for here.
Yeah, gotta come down to this room though for me. We're gonna go up or down.
Roar right in the beginning. Here we go. Double River Room. Red ring, white sword, 8 hits.
On the flip side, Ravioli is going south first, so this is going to buy Malkier a ton of time.
Malkier having a little bit of an issue. I'd get right on that river there and just wait. There's the compass.
Turn around.
Malkier not getting into a stun. I think Malkier's just trying to get a little impatient. Just gotta take it easy. Stay on this area here. Don't risk yourself, Hyrule drivers.
Yeah, rule number 1 on GAN fighting that people teach is don't go to the absolute perimeter wall and stab up or down or left or right if you're on the bottom or top.
Alright, there's part 1 of our journey. Now is Zelda on the other side. No.
Meanwhile, red ring for Ravioli. And this Goma is hard required.
Heading over towards the middle. There's our 1 hint inside 2Q9. Of course, Malkier, without the book, has nothing we're going to learn here. Ravioli still in striking range, but needs Malkier not to find Zelda immediately here. Because this will be the Triforce for Ravioli.
Yep, not over until that shutter door opens with enemies in the room.
There's the shoot room, so we can't get that direction, but we do know that she's not in that cheek.
The question will be, is it somewhere up in the north, or was it simply left at start?
Yeah. This is still a zig and a zag, although, nope, that shutter door does not open. Another shoot room.
Given the proximity to start, I might have considered up-Aing there, but we're going to continue on.
Another single shutter, but that does not open. And Ravioli, who knows where level 9 is, making the way over. We knew Zelda was not going to be in that room to the right, because that takes you to the chute. As Ravioli joins Malkier, there's the shutter door, but that opens, but it's got bubbles, so we don't know if that's Zelda.
Yeah, could be.
Is it, though? No. She can't be in that room.
I did see what Ravioli saw on the left side there. I don't think there was any shutter yet.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't. Is this it? No. Malkier is being a little too aggressive. Is this it? No. And she's not in the cheeks or in the left ear. Could still be in the right ear, though.
Yeah, right
Ravioli
ear.
facing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right ear or left cheek at this point, for our knowledge.
There's scanning down for Ravioli. The race is on to Zelda. Ravioli needs this to stay alive in the series. Malkier needs this to claim a spot in the championship. Malkier does have a potion. Gotta be careful. As we walk over towards the left cheek. Shutter door right there, and that will do it. And Malkier is going to the Best of the Rest Championship. A 3-0 series sweep. And give Ravioli some love. This has been a great series, a great tournament for Ravioli. Close. I think ultimately that the searching for the levels there at the end kind of came into the play.
I was going to say, this is basically a magic steer towards the direction we need to go.
As we welcome in, I do believe we have our finalist, Malkier. Welcome.
Oh man, thank you guys.
We had questions. There's Ravioli finding Zelda. I don't even know how Ravioli got there, but came in from the left. But GG's to both of these runners.
Yeah, so 114.20. It was a magic stair, the blue career room next to all those shoot rooms. The diagonal block one way off on the right cheek gets you to the left side, and that was the quicker route. So that made up a ton of time in the end. Almost was enough to snipe him.
Yeah, Malkier had the advantage into level 9, got there sooner. How about that levels 3 and 9 location, Malkier?
You mean when I had the entire map cleared, I only had a couple of spots left?
Yep.
Yeah, I was shaking a bit, and I thought I mismarked something, and then it had... before 3, I had basically all of the Deadwoods, I had all Vanilla Start, I had all Death Mountain, and I had 2 dungeons left, so I was like, okay, well, I gotta find them. But then, of course, that was my second last spot.
For you, it was levels 3 and 9. For Ravioli, it was levels 5 and 8.
Yeah, the big difference here probably was the fact that the ladder was on the floor in 8, and it gave you a little bit more reason to Triforce and go a little bit quicker. We got all the information from Ravioli's end on level 3, having the book, and unfortunately for Ravioli, none of the hints were really that useful. I think the power bracelet in 7 hint was about as useful as it got.
Yeah, that was the only one. As we do welcome in Ravioli, GG's.
Thank you.
Hey, GG Ravioli, thank you just so much for the series. It was a blast playing with you, my friend.
Oh, my pleasure, and thank you, and GG to you.
I do want to get at least to say this to you, Ravioli. You've come a long way in this game since the start of this tournament. So, GG's to you, and congrats on making it to the semifinals.
I didn't think I'd get this far, and I appreciate the kind words. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to echo what Rick said. I've been watching you play for the last couple months, and you've been phenomenal, dude. It's so great to see you guys come this far.
Yeah, it felt like Ravioli, you definitely had a little bit less in terms of jitters. I don't know if that was just the way it presented itself or if that was the case. It definitely seemed like Malkier was a bit concerned about where you were at any given point. I think combat-wise, left side of the screen was a little bit cleaner than the right side of the screen. Unfortunately, just a decision maybe to continue looking around level 7, hoping that maybe the ladder would be there past the Triforce was enough time for Malkier to kind of sneak in there into level 9 a bit quicker.
That and I think, honestly, how did you feel when you found out that you had to go back in that direction of the Chevy room there in 8? Because I think that may have been the other thing.
Yeah, I just kind of took a gamble. I said it's 2 rooms, it might be the Triforce, and it was a bust. And the dead end transport. and the top right, and I had to go through it again, and that was that felt
Yep.
bad.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate. One thing I did notice about both of you, because you did get that bow and silver arrows early, although glad that you went back to 2 to get that bow, Malkier. But what were your thoughts about the silver arrow ammunition that you wound up having?
Yeah, that was great. I didn't have bombs, so I couldn't finish 2. So as soon as I got bombs out of 1, I went back over to finish it off.
That makes sense. We had a little bit of a stream hiccup at that point, so that explains what wound up happening.
Oh, I ran out of bombs with 4 rooms up top, so I knew I had the Triforce and the other them up there. So I got the bombs out of 1 and finished 1 off, then walked 2 screens back over to get 2.
Also, how nice of that to give you a bomb drop, that one room south of the Triforce in 1.
Yeah, I was laughing pretty hard at that.
Overall, this was a really fun series to watch. And just Ravioli, you've come, I've said this already, that you've come a long ways, but I definitely do hope that you stick around and play some of these pickup races as we make our way through the spring and summer. And I know this won't be the end for you.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, this has been so much fun. It's sorry to see it come to an end, but it's time to return to my home planet of Blistonia with my dog Poochie. And I'll be back.
Now here you are waiting the winner of the other semifinal, which is PDX Rex and Stags, to see who is going to face off against you in the best of the rest bracket finals.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing either one of them. Just the talent in this tournament's been great, so either way it's going to be a hard fight, but we'll see what we do.
Yeah, you mentioned that you didn't think you were going to get this far in. Now that you are a finalist, has that sunk in yet? How does it feel?
No, I didn't think I was going to get past Rocky, and then I definitely didn't think I was going to get past Sausage, and then I started everything. I was like, oh, well, it was getting easier, so I'm just counting my days. So, yeah, lucky, I guess. Very lucky.
Well, congratulations, Malkier. You now have 3 more, at the minimum, Zelda 1 Randomizer seeds to play. GG's.
Thank you, guys. And thank you to Adam for the tracking, and both of you for commentary. And Ravioli, please come back next time. It was a blast playing with you, man.
You bet. You bet. And thanks, Race Crew, for sure.
Make sure you give both of these runners a follow, Ravioli 500 and Malkier 83. Fury SK. We still got some more great races on the docket here as we find out who the other finalists are going to be here, including the championship bracket. We have Chess Jerk versus TA909. I know their race was going on simultaneous with us. We won't spoil those results, but their best of 5 series is ongoing. Right now, as we speak, we have Angel FM versus Bogey Smalls with JP and Jess Andy on the call for that race. And then we have one race tomorrow, a required Game 4.
Hell, the only spoiler I give on CJ and TA is they have a Game 3. Ta-da. It's magic.
I can't believe you would spoil us like that.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty soon there, though, as well. We're kind of waiting to see when they both find time. I think it'll probably be within the next 2 days, so might see some more action jumping onto the schedule beyond what you already see there, which contains at least 2 more guaranteed matches. I think actually 3 more, if I remember correctly, but I don't know how much people have watched some of the games yet, so we'll let them figure out which ones got a guaranteed game 4, which ones don't.
Yeah, well, that's all we're going to say is that the match tomorrow at 10:04 p.m. Eastern Time is a required match. We hope you can see you there for that, as well as the other races here in the semifinals of the championship and the best of the rest bracket. If you want to keep up with what's going on with this tournament, don't forget you can keep an eye out on the Z1R Discord. Do !Z1R 2024. and Fury SK. We'll see them at the finish line, right?
Yep, sounds like a plan.
All right, we'll see you next time here. Head over there, head over to Speed Gaming 3, catch the championship bracket, Bogey versus Angel FM. That's a great match, and we'll see you back here again for more Z1 and Z1R here on Speed Gaming. Have a good night.